Good morning. Welcome back to Dower House Farms. Frank is on the job early now this morning. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Try and keep the channel going. It does wonders. Anyone who likes or comments or subscribes on the videos, it does wonders for the channel. Help it go. So we're a beef and crop farm in East Cork in the south of Ireland. We put up a video every day. So all the jobby-ins to do now today, let's get all the feeding done, horses, etc, etc, etc. I'm on my own, so we'll better get them lights turned off. When we were laying out this yard, you know, we put in one very important feature, a holding spot for Frank while I open the gates. It's hard to be a YouTuber and the gate opener at one time. Useless dog check. Morning, Galty. Hello, cows. Right, we get on this beast, get the cattle done. So, for those of you who didn't see Friday's video, Friday's video, away these lads here behind me, the average, these are the smallest group of calves we have, weanlings now, yearlings now, not calves anymore. They averaged 297. They did 1.7 or 0.79 I think since their last weighing, and they were doing from 1.4 or 1.5 kilos down as far as 0.22. So, and the ones with the green marks there, they're bound for the field there now in the next couple of days, and we're going to start grazing. We'll get there's the couple of lame ones up in the outside yard, there's a few out in the field there, and these weak ones here, and I'm going to go through the pens in the outside yard as well. Get out any weak ones. We'll make one group of them and let them off out the grass. That's the best place for them. Get them going as quick as we can. Right, enough yapping. Better get on this machine, get the cattle fed. I did a double mix for these now yesterday, so that'll keep them going. Give it a bit of a push in there, and there's a big bucket of stuff to come out of this to go up to, they won't eat all that now today. I'll keep them going to lunchtime tomorrow probably. They'll be the last group fed tomorrow, and there's a big group bucket to go up to the group outside. So, feed the cows now first. I was just put a load of beef chopping there now first, back up, and I can be feeding the horses while that's chopping away. It's all about being efficient, really. We're not under any pressure today, but look, we're going to get home as quick as we can. So, we are fairly efficient in what we do, but then we have the outside yard, which is completely inefficient. Like, it adds huge, like it's probably it takes us 4 times as long to feed the out, more, probably 6 times as long to feed the outside yard as it does to feed the weanlings here at home. But look, it's a big enough shed that holds 120 weanlings so comfortably. There's actually more than 130 there, and I said there's 140 last year, so beggars can't be choosers. So bit of a nuisance now because I'm guessing 600 kilos of beef there, and I need a ton to feed the cows, so I'll have to chop a load. So I'll just put this over here so we can use this first, and we'll put the new stuff in beside it then. See, if you like beef that's chopped goes off really quick, so you sort of have to use it, and the juice run out of it, so you sort of have to use it within a day or two. So I'll back out the feeder there now and get a load of beef chopped and go feed the horses.
I seen you walk down Shandon Hill. Saw you lace your boots up on Murphy's windowsill. You've the look and the cut and the gauge of a good thing. Won't pass more judgment until I hear you sing. This is Cork, in Cork down by the Lee. This is Cork, a real capital city. This is Cork, in Cork down by the Lee. This is Cork, Cork, Cork. This is Cork. Drink pints in Collins, smoking lane in the corner she need. Meet the homegrown hero, the legend, the Roy Keane. You can spend summers down the Marquee in Emmett Place or the Everyman. Some cider on a Sunday down the Maradine when you can. This is Cork, in Cork down by the Lee. This is Cork, a real capital city. This is Cork, in Cork down by the Lee. This is Cork, Cork, Cork. This is, yeah, this is Cork.
Right, we'll get on and get it mixed done for the cows there now. While that's mixing away, we can toss the walker. First into this mix is about 150 kilos of soy oils, which I'm more or less out of, to be honest. I'll only go for tomorrow, so I'll order that first thing in the morning. Cow mix chopping away there now, 2 minutes, that'll be ready. Have all the bales and the maize cut out for the next mixes. Beef chopped, so we can fill it all with the bucket. We sort of started doing this there lately just to stop taking on and off the grab, and it's a good job. It does speed it up a little bit, not majorly, but a little bit. As we like to see, 30% feeding, 30% waiting to get into feed, and the other 30% lying down. The rule of three, that's how you know that they just have the right amount of feed. If they're all busting up there to get fed at the same time, well then, you know you're probably underfeeding them. And if they're all lying down at the back, you know you're probably overfeeding them. So there you go. They must be bedded down now next. This is the mix now for the weanlings in the outside yard, and I'm after changing the order in which we fill it, and it's after mixing way better. So I've said it numerous times before, but diet feeding is a bit of an art. It's all about just putting things in the right order and starting the mixer at the right time, especially when you have a mix as full as this. If you have a half mix, you can throw it in any order and it'll mix it away, but when the mix is full up, you do need to put it in the right order and the right way to get it to mix properly. So anyone familiar with these fencers, right? See, it's not clicking there now. There was a click just when I started to record, but if I turn it off, oh my god, sorry, there's another click there. So why is it doing that? Why is it only clicking the odd time? When I turn it on now, it'll go away, Galty. It'll click away mad, right? Oh no, it's very slow there now again. But if you give it a minute or two, it'll click again. Why is that? Why is it so slow? Why does it only click the very odd time? I don't know, there's something wrong with it, I think, but We just have the wire up there because they're bulls, they're cows. So this is one of the depends of our cows, and we get asked a lot to give a run through of how the cow setup works. So I'll give you a go through it there now. So all these cows are ex-dairy cows basically. They've come to the end of their career milking. So we fatten them up for beef. There's a cow that's mud fat now. So why bother fattening cows? Why not stick to bulls or the dairy calf that we do? Well, we like to have options. We like to have a couple of different production systems on the go, just in case one, for whatever reason, becomes non-profitable or not as profitable. If you have a couple of hands in the pie, you have a better chance. Also, it's about keeping our sheds busy all year round. These sheds, this is our calf shed. Once these cows go now, this will be washed down. Actually, that side is empty. We're going to start washing that tomorrow. So, but to have this just as a calf shed would make your cost per head to rear calves extortionate. So we keep our sheds full all year if possible, and we'll have calves in here until early summer, and then mid to late summer there'll be bulls come in again, but we don't have enough bulls to keep the shed full all year round. So these cows just help. These cows have been contract fed, so these belong to a farmer who wanted to finish these cows himself, but didn't have the capacity. He didn't have the nutrient storage, or he would went over his derogation. So he sent them down to us. He probably didn't have the feed maybe either, or the labour, or the know-how to fatten these cows in a sort of a timely and economic manner. So he sends them down to us. He maximises his profit out of these cows. The way the market has gone, he'll probably have an extra €300 or €400 a head profit out of sending them down to us to be finished, as opposed to selling them in the market. So these cows, so a bit of a run through it. When we get these cows in, depending on if they come straight from the parlour, they need a time for their dugs to soak up. They're used to being milked, so they need a bit of time for their bodies to adjust to not being milked. So we just put them on a low energy, high roughage diet for about 10 days to 2 weeks, just to give them that chance to settle into the new environment, the new system, and get used to not being milked. So if they come from the market, which some people do buy cows and send them to us. Sometimes we buy cows ourselves in the market. They're all tubed just to avoid any mastitis, and most of the farmers who send them to us will have used some form of dry cow therapy. Maybe that might be like a cultural control, where they might have dried them up before they sent them to us out in a grass field, where your instance of mastitis is much higher just after being dried off. So if they're dried off well in advance of coming to us out in a grass field, well, you sure your chances of having issues with mastitis is way lower. The other major issue and the biggest issue we have, health issue we have with cows, is lameness. All these cows are coming to us for some reason. Look at this one. She needs to go on it as well. The cow doesn't go over fast, but she's going to be a 4 anyway. But these cows now, their time is nearly up. So lameness is a major issue. A lot of cows are culled from the milking herd because their lameness is an issue. Maybe they have mortal arrow, or they might have an injury, etc., etc., etc. And once they're looked after, we can deal with all these ailments once we identify it. So there's 40, I think there's 39 or 40 cows in this pen. They need a lot of bedding when you're this heavily stocked, and they eat a lot of feed. So these cows are on about, they eat about 14 to 14 and a half, depending on the weight of the cows and the size of the cows, they'll eat between 13 and 15 kilos of dry matter per day. So say if you've a 25 DM silage, or 25 DM silage, say you give them however many kilos of barley, you'll need to give them 4 kilos of that 25% dry matter silage just to get 1 kilo of dry matter, and they need between 13 and 15 kilos of dry matter. So they have big bellies, don't you, girls? Their performance is very dependent on their health status and their age. Older cows and younger cows don't thrive as well. The middle of the road cow will thrive away fine, and look, their health status is obviously the other key thing. These are all Friesians with the exception of two. There's two, they're actually 2 heifers. She's one of them and she's another one's limousines. So, yeah, they eat a lot. They need a very high energy diet. Not so much protein, but you still need enough protein in the diet to allow them to metabolize the energy. You need enough forage, the same. You need a really balanced diet. You need a good plane of nutrition for these animals to get them to fatten in a timely manner. Look, if you give these 150 days, they'll all fatten, but they will eat, if you put cows on, say, just silage for 150 days, 180 days, say, they will fatten, but they'll eat some amount of silage. So really, it's not the most economic way to fatten them. So in their diet, it's silage, maize meal, soya, barley, soya hulls, and sugar beet, and a good mineral and a good buffer. So what else is there to say about them? There's not a lot of work involved in them, but you need to have, obviously, facilities, you need to have a lot of feed, and you do need to give them a lot of care, because they can get a lot of ailments. You put in a pen of bulls there to fatten them, you'll be unlucky if you'll have to take out one bull for some reason or another. But with cows, there's always something: mastitis, lameness, they can get pneumonia, they can calf. If you don't know the history, obviously a lot of these cows are supposed to be sold with a guarantee not in calf. In the main, if they're sold with a guarantee not in calf, they won't be in calf. But sometimes not every cow is sold with a guarantee not in calf. So the odd one can calf, like our little tuckler herd above. So then the odd one won't thrive just for no reason whatsoever. This particular cow here now, I don't know, can you see her? She looks like an old cow to me. She's not thriving particularly well. She has enough of a fat cover that she will be able to go with the rest of them. But if you're buying cows, you do have to accept that there is a certain amount of a certain percentage of cows won't thrive. Just you'll buy them and you'll sell them, and you keep them for 100 days, they'll be the exact same way. And more of them will do 1.5 kilos a day. So all very dependent, as I said, on their age and their health status. So look, that's it about the cows really. They're a nice add-on to our business. They work well. The contract finishing works well. So I saw just a little, for people who haven't seen my previous videos, we run a contract finishing system whereby you send your cattle down to us. We finish them for you, you retain ownership. We finish them for you. You pay us obviously, and we market them, so the benefits are we can feed them a little bit cheaper because we grow all our own feed. We probably have a better understanding of the nutrition it takes to finish these animals, and we probably can market these animals a little bit better because we're putting a fair few cattle through our hands. So we have a little bit of power when it comes to selling these cattle, as opposed to maybe a fella selling 8 or 10 cattle on his own. We do this for all types of cattle. Cows are our main one at the moment, but as we move into the summer months, it'll be more bullocks and things. So if you're, say, a summer grazer who doesn't have the facilities or the feed to finish your cattle, but you don't want to sell them because you're not going to maximise their profit, send them down to us. We'll take them in for 80 or 100, 120 days, depending on the type of animal. We'll fatten them, we'll make sure they meet the right specifications for the market, and we'll make sure that you get the best price available on the day. So yeah, that's really it. I hope this is a fairly comprehensive overview of this cow system. Plenty of people ask me about them. They're a pleasure to work with. Look, all these cows. If this is bulls now, they'd be running around. If this is bulls, to be honest, I wouldn't be standing independent of them like this. But yeah, these old cows are grand. Sure, they're well used to there's another cow that's mud flat there now, and that one. God, I really need to be looking at marketing these, and their time is only just about coming up now, and that's what we love, you know. I love looking at these cows, and you know, knowing that we've done a good job finishing them for the time. There's another one that's very fast. Oh, great. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there now for today's video. Thanks a million for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again tomorrow for more Our House Farms.